What's up, guys? This is another black metal collection update. And we're going through my black metal collection, although this is going to be different. I think going up on the same day, I uploaded a video doing the more controversial and blacklisted ones. This is just normal. This is just normal black metal. So if you're not a fan of controversial black metal bands, you can just look at this to see my collection. Even though there are some here that some people find controversial. So yeah, we'll start off with what's currently playing in the background, and that is one of probably the only, I guess, slightly controversial ones on this list. Burzum. This isn't an album, it is a compilation that I'm not sure if this is official or not. I think it is, but I got it on Discogs for fairly cheap. It's what's playing in the background. Yeah, there's not much else to say about it. It's Burzum. Obviously, people might complain about this one being in it because I said this wasn't going to be controversial. But I know, Varg is a pretty sketchy, even though I hate this sketchy character with some of the stuff he's done. And I'm not just talking about, like, the murder and the church burnings that he alleged he never did. But anyway, yeah, playing in the background, Burzum Anthology. It's a compilation. It's got, I think, if I can hold it up, I'm not sure if you can see it. I can't take it out, but it has, if I can get my camera to focus, it has tracks like Lost Wisdom, which is my favorite track off this album. Not my favorite Burzum track of all time, but favorite track on this album, track number 3. A pretty decent compilation. I got it for fairly cheap. I don't own that much material by Burzum. I own that, a few demos, and some vinyls just because Burzum is... I mean, I know I can always get it. It's not the hardest thing to get. I prioritize getting stuff that is rarer, harder to find. This is just something I picked up because it was very cheap. I got it for like $5 on Discogs. Anyway, next, moving to France, to another one that is, if you've ever gone on like r/RABM, which I don't recommend because it is just an echo chamber of people who don't like black metal. They pretend to. They like really bad black. I shouldn't judge them, but they don't like good black metal. And they just wanna. They'll yell at you if you like a band. So this is a band that is hated by people on r/RABM, but loved by every other black metal band. They're from France. They're often considered to be DSBM, even though I think they're more raw black metal and vampiric black metal. Key guess, of course, it's Mutilation with Vampires of Black Imperial Blood. I believe this is their second full length. Maybe it's their first. I'm almost sure this is their second. But yeah, this is some pretty solid, very raw, very vampiric black metal from France. Picked this up at my local record store because they never have black metal that I like personally. If you've seen my videos, you probably know why. But yeah, I picked this up for fairly cheap. Might upgrade to vinyl, maybe. This is what the CD itself comes on a. It's a pretty interesting design, Yeah, Mutilation, Vampires of Black Imperial Blood. There's a track listing. Anyway, on to the next one. This next one, it's another CD. I'll be doing, I think, 3 total CDs, 2 total vinyls. This is a CD that if you enjoy black metal, or you know anything about black metal, I'm trying to pull it out so there's no gloss on the camera. Obviously, it's Darkthrone. If you've ever listened to black metal, or if you know about black metal, you know who Darkthrone are. Everyone's heard them, everyone knows them. Every black metal collector has at least one Darkthrone album. I have 3, and I'll be showing off 2 of them today. But, yeah, Darkthrone with Under a Funeral Moon. This is their first album, I think. This was their first black metal album, because their first album was a death metal album, and I'm not sure if this is true, but Varg's YouTube channel, before it was deleted, it was alleged that when they showed their first black metal album to the leader of Mayhem, he apparently complained about it to their face, or their first death metal album, I said black metal album, their first death metal album, he complained about it to their face and, like, refused to put it on his label, and that kind of inspired them to get into doing black metal, and they released Under a Funeral Moon. This is a pretty good album. It's definitely an easily accessible one if you want to listen to the early days of black metal. I mean, this was early days of black metal. This was pretty early black metal stuff. I mean, it's got this was when they had 3 members, I think, instead of 2, because right now it was 3 members on the first 2, maybe 3 albums, I think, and then after that it was just been Fenriz and Nocturnal Culto up until now. I think they're still making albums. I think they put one out recently. But enough of that, onto the vinyl. First vinyl is again by Darkthrone. This is Transylvanian Hunger. This is their most known album. Again, if you know black metal, if you listen to black metal, you have this album, or you know about this album. It has the most iconic album art in black metal. I mean, I'm not the biggest Darkthrone fan, but I have the flag. I have the flag behind me. This is their most known album. Flip it to the back. I believe either the entire second half or a few songs from the second half of the album were written by Varg, and that's made this album pretty controversial, even though, I mean, every TikTok black metaler who claims to hate the politically incorrect, I'll say, black metal, they own this album. And, I mean, yeah, there's nothing politically incorrect about this album. This is, safe black metal, as they'd say. This isn't sketchy, even though I hate using the term safe or sketchy. Black metal is black metal. It's music. The funniest thing I can say is right here where it says True Norwegian Black Metal, it didn't always say that. I believe on the first pressing it said Norse Arsk Black Metal, which I believe translates to, I'll put the translation up, or I'll put it in the description. I'm not going to say it out. But yeah, that's what gave this album some infamy when it first came out. I have it on standard black vinyl, so just show that quickly, if I can. Just standard black vinyl, nothing too special about it. They don't, I think their most recent album, there might have been some color to it, but I didn't pick that album up because I'm not the biggest Darkthrone fan. I like, Transylvanian Hunger, I like Under a Funeral Moon, and I like Blazing the Northern Sky. I actually believe that when I was talking about Under a Funeral Moon, I believe I got it wrong. I think Blazing the Northern Sky might have been their first black metal album. I think this might have been I think I might have gotten it wrong. I think it might have been Blazing the Northern Sky, Transylvanian Hunger, then Under a Funeral Moon. If I did, leave it in the comments, or I'll put it in the description if I got it wrong. As always, all the music I do will be in the description if you want to listen to it, and I'll give places you can buy it. I got this at my local, all this stuff, most of the stuff I get from my local record store, or I get on Discogs. The only stuff I don't is stuff that is either very hard to find because it's only from Europe, or obviously the sketchy bands. Whatever. Yeah. Final band today. These are, I'd say, this is one of the first bands that really got me deep into the, like, underground, not underground, I shouldn't say that, the, like, I guess I'll say edgy black metal, even though these guys are, they're not politically incorrect. These guys are fine, even though they've been embroiled in some controversy because, you know, no one knows, or people can't fully, I guess, vouch for them on what they say because of some albums, such as the one we'll be talking about. And that is, can you guess, they are from Sweden, I believe. and they like to include imagery of war. They are often, back in 2017 when they came to America, they were chased out by, social justice groups. Of course, it's Marduk with their, album, Panzer Division Marduk. Yeah, well, it's not, sketchy, to say the least. People like to say that Marduk are a sketchy band, even though, with Marduk, they don't care. They're a completely apolitical band. There's no political leanings to their music. They use this imagery, but when you really look at the lyrics, they're all about being satanic. Just like with Darkthrone, just like with Mutilation, I think. Burzum not so much. He's but Varg's got his own thing going on. He's got unpopular opinions. He says what he wants. Also, one thing I want to clarify at the end. But yeah, Marduk, Panzer Division Marduk, comes on, I thought this was a lyric sheet. It's not. There is no lyric sheet for this, I just realized. Yeah, they're the guys. I think their bassist was fired a couple years ago for some interesting stage activities. Yeah, here we go. Panzer Division Marduk, the black metal war machine. And that is the perfect way you can describe this album. This album sounds like war. Comes on standard black vinyl. And by that I mean it's got that just, not war metal feeling, but just that total, chaotic feeling. I mean, they incorporate sounds of war. They incorporate, gunshots. I think the very beginning song starts with the sounds of, troops marching and then a tank just demolishing them. Lyrical themes include war, destruction, but mainly, Satanism. It's because their whole band, there's the Upside Down Crosses, 666. They're all about being satanic. They have no political ideology, even though people will constantly try and say, oh, they do. They don't. They're all about being satanic. If you can get past all this, which, even though a political band, some people just don't even want to deal with that. If you can get past that, this is their best album. Well, yes, this is their best album. And I highly recommend it to anyone who wants to kind of get into Marduk. Highly recommend it. Marduk, Panzer Division Marduk. I didn't get this from our local record store. Got this off of Discogs for fairly cheap, and I'm pretty sure this is mint condition, so. But yeah, that's all for today. Another thing I want to say, I'm just going to pull it back up. Burzum. I'm going to clarify this. Anytime I do one of these normal black metal collection things, I will include Burzum, because to me, Varg, he's an interesting character. Nothing he has ever said on his YouTube channel or on Twitter, even though, if you are bored and you want to laugh, go look at his Twitter. He tweets the funniest things. I mean that ironically. I laugh at him. I'm laughing at him. I'm not laughing with him. Okay? I don't think anyone's laughing with Varg. But yeah. Here's the album. I am going to include Burzum here because I don't see it as sketchy. I see it as totally fine. The record store I go to, they're not sketchy. They don't support sketchy artists, and they stock Burzum, so if you have to say something, just, you can listen to Burzum. I think if you like black metal, you should listen to Burzum. You can just say, hey, this is cool music, Varg, he's got his own thing going on. Ignore that if you want, Just move along. It's all this stuff, even though this is normal black metal, it's all about, satanic or just completely apolitical. I know Burzum's a bit controversial. Guy has his own thing going on. Just pass along, It's music. It's not gonna stab you 23 times in self-defense. In your sleep, so it's fine. But that's about it. This should go up the same day as my other video. I'm trying to get back into making videos ever since my whole channel got deleted. Yeah, that's about it. See ya.